Hey, I can't wait anymore. Only 2 months left until June, you know. Let's discuss it when we meet next time, okay? I can't wait to take over the wedding. I'll change everything that delusional girl prepared into my plans. I'm so looking forward to it. When are you free, baby? I want to see you soon. Karen? Come on, just call me honey like you always do. Calling my name seems so formal now. We're about to get married, you know. Let's get even more lovey-dovey. I think you're chatting with the wrong person. Nope, I'm not. I just can't wait to see you, baby. Oh, right. I need to try on my dress, too. Yeah. That delusional girl who's hanging around you, what's her name again? Melanie? She's on the bigger side, so I need to alter it one size smaller. If I wear it as is, it'll be all loose and might just slip off. Imagine, that'll be so embarrassing. Baby, what's your favorite color? Pink, I guess? I knew it. It suits me, right? So let's go with pink. I'll sneakily try some samples on while at work tomorrow. Are you sure you can do that? Of course, no worries. I'll just say I'm tidying up the fitting room or something. I know everything about the venue. Easy peasy. Leave it to me. Besides, you've got to be bold if you want to hijack a wedding, right? True. By the way, what do you mean by hijacking a wedding? Did we talk about it? Oh my God, you forget? We made a promise, remember? To hijack her wedding and have our own. Ah, that's right. Are you drunk or something? Yeah, a little. I thought so. Well, I've been having a few drinks too. I get upset thinking about you with that girl, so I'm binge drinking. So you better take responsibility and come see me. I can't right now. I'm with some colleagues. If you keep this up, I'll tell my brother. Your brother? Yep, if I tell him, you'll be in big trouble. So let's meet soon and talk about the wedding. Yes, but changing the plan might cost money. I better work hard now, so I don't think we can meet soon. I'll do my best for our wedding. Aw, baby, you're so sweet, working hard for me. But don't push yourself. I can easily tweak the number and make a luxurious wedding more affordable. Can you really do that? It's all good. The owner of my wedding venue is pretty easy to sway, so a little flirting would do the magic. Oh, but don't get me wrong, I'm doing it all for us. I've been devoted to my baby all along. Thank you. Ugh, seriously, your reaction's so lame. So sorry. More importantly, tell that girl about us already. Break up with her soon. I've been faithful to you. You should be too. Or else I'm going to cry. Calm down. Let's talk about this later. I'll call you again. Well, all right. Promise me. You better keep the promise. My name is Melanie. I'm a 26-year-old preparing for the wedding with my one and only Keith in June. The exchange you just saw was with our wedding planner, Karen. She seemed to contact me by mistake, thinking I was Keith. The content of the conversation was something I couldn't just overlook. I didn't want to believe he would cheat after being together for so long. There might have been more to this than meets the eye. I wanted to believe in him more than her words, so I decided to talk to him directly, and then I learned an unexpected truth. Hi, Karen. Hi, Melanie. How are you? How may I help you today? Do you want to reschedule our next meeting? No, it's not that. Is it about changing the plan? If it's about changing the menu, we can discuss it here. If it's about the setup, I'd prefer to discuss it in person. Well, I want to change my dress to pink and one size smaller. Also, a bit of alterations to the setup. And I heard it could be much cheaper. Is that right? Please look into it. Excuse me? What are you talking about? Oh, did I get something wrong? You were talking about this just yesterday. Me? I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, was that about the wedding plan for you and Keith? Sorry, I got confused. What? I have no idea what you're saying. No use trying to hide it now. I know everything. Seriously, what's this about? You accidentally sent all the details to me. No way. Can you check your chat history? Oh, damn. Well, this just makes things easier then. You should break up with him soon. Someone like you, who's not exactly pretty, isn't a match for him. Plus, he'd be happier with me than with you. Ugh, do you even realize the unprofessionalism of what you're doing as a wedding planner? What's wrong with it? I'm just trying to marry the person I love. I'm a woman before I'm a wedding planner. What's wrong with being in love and wanting to be with the one I love? He's my fiancé to begin with. It's just wrong to get involved with him. What can I do? It was love at first sight. When you guys came to tour the venue for the first time, I was struck by lightning. I thought it was fate. Then I found out he works for the big corporation, Universal Gate. It was like the final piece of the puzzle. I had to make him mine. So you made a move on him. Don't say it like that. He noticed my charm. During the meeting, he kept looking into my eyes and sending me passionate glances. It's pretty normal to look at someone when you're talking to them, right? Is that all your basis? You sound like a love-struck teenager. It doesn't sound like something an adult would do. No, you don't get it. Those eyes were burning with love. You just can't see it because you're a failure as a woman. That's not true. But he reacted to me. He's going to leave you and marry me. He said he prefers beautiful me over an ugly duckling like you. Did he really say that? Yes, he's mine. Haha, you just can't admit it, huh? This is his true feeling. No way. Finally, you understand, right? Just give up and break up with him. He wouldn't do something like this. I won't give up. I still believe in him. Believing doesn't cut it, you know. If you think about it rationally, I'm obviously a better choice than an old lady like you. So back off. I won't believe it until I hear it from him. There's no way he'd choose a crazy woman like you. He's a faithful guy. Let me give you some advice, lady. There's no such thing as certainty in this world, and the beautiful ones always win. No matter how faithful a guy is, he'll fall for my charm. Ready to admit defeat? I'm telling you, Karen, you're going down. Haha, you'd better reconsider. If you do that, he could lose his job, you know. What do you mean? I'm glad you asked. You see, I have a big brother who's 17 years older than me, and guess what? He's Keith's boss at work. When I found out where he worked, I was surprised. My brother absolutely adores me, so if I tell him anything bad about Keith, it'll end his career. I mean, he's practically the CEO's right-hand man. No way. You can't get away with doing something like that. Who are you to say what's allowed? I won't follow your rules. You've been annoying. I'll never let you take Keith from me. Sure. I don't need you to let him go. He's already mine. I bet he's coming home late again today. He's meeting me. Oh, I'm so excited. Finally, tonight. After this, I continued to receive messages and calls from Karen, like, he hates you, and break up. In addition to that, there were a few days where I found harassment signs and dozens of letters at my home and office. While it was disturbing enough on the phone, having it reach my workplace started to affect my personal life. I experienced mental health issues and became fearful of going outside. Worried about me, Keith decided to tell me the truth. Upon hearing it, my anger toward her began to boil over. It's about time you face some consequences. Not just for me, but all my colleagues are getting annoyed with the signs at my workplace. Can you please stop this harassment? I'll stop if you break up with Keith. It's understandable that someone like you, who's not the best looking, is clinging to him for fear of not finding anyone else. Give it up already. You're still saying that? I have no intention of breaking up with him, and he says the same thing. So, it's you who should give up. Ugh, you're such a sore loser. I'll tell my brother and get him fired. See? If you don't leave him soon, it'll cause trouble for him. What you're saying is impossible. Your brother's indeed his boss, but he's not the CEO's right-hand man. Ha! What are you saying? What do you know? I'm getting the information directly from him. Are you saying he's lying to me? Yes, that's exactly it. He's just putting up a front and telling lies. What's your basis? If I talk about it, it'll take a while. Is that okay? Don't beat around the bush, just spill it. I saw the messages you sent to Keith. What? How dare you invade his privacy? It's not an invasion. I got his consent, of course. When I was suffering mentally because of your harassment, he told me the truth. At that time, he showed me the chat history. Seriously? Yes, I read every word. So I know that you threatened him, telling him to be with you or lose his job. You even implied that something would happen to me if he refused. That's a serious crime, you know. It's extortion. Shut up. That's nothing to do with my brother lying. Wait, there's more to the story, so listen carefully. We took this evidence to his CEO and had a direct conversation with him. There's no way an employer would fire someone for that. Then, to my surprise, the CEO turned out to be my childhood friend's big brother. What a coincidence, isn't it? And get this, the person who works as his right-hand man is my childhood friend. The world sure is a small place. Huh? Wait, didn't you say before that your big brother is the right-hand man? My childhood friend has 2 brothers and no sister. Something's not adding up here. Oh my God, so is my brother really lying? Then what's his title? He's Keith's boss, but just a regular employee. He has no power to fire anyone. No way. But it doesn't really matter. As the authority of the wedding venue staff, your wedding is now mine. Your fiancé, dress, and everything else, they're all mine. No matter what anyone says, Keith and I are getting married. If we push through with it, I win. He says he wants to marry me. He chooses me over an old lady like you. Wait, we're already married. What? Who's the guy? Of course, it's Keith. We got married yesterday. Because you were so persistent, we thought it was better to get married first and make it official. What the heck? So he isn't going to be mine? Right. In fact, he never had any intention of being yours. He couldn't outright refuse you because you kept threatening him that you'd do something to me. So he won't marry me? No, he said he'd never marry you. Well then, forget it. I'll give him back to you. I don't want a guy who won't love me anyway. That's incredibly rude. Don't contact me anymore, okay? Do you really think you can just walk away like nothing ever happened? I'm letting you have him, so it's over. Anyway, you used this sneaky tactic of getting married ahead of me for that purpose, didn't you? Of course not, and I'm going to claim damages from you. Damages? I didn't have an affair and have no reason to pay you anything. Compensation for the trouble, defamation, and emotional distress. I want $10,000 for the harassment you caused and another $20,000 for my workplace for the destruction of property. Plus, you harassed Keith as well. You acted like a stalker, right? So, I'll need another $10,000 for him. Goddamn, I can't afford that much. But why? I only wanted to make the guy I love mine. You should pay damages for taking my loved one. You used such a lame method by getting married ahead of me. You didn't have the courage to fight fair because you're so much less attractive than me, coward. You say I took him away from you, but he was my fiancé in the first place. And I didn't want to have my wedding where there's someone so crazy as a staff. I explained everything to your boss and asked for the wedding to be cancelled. Wait, you talked to my boss? Of course. It's outrageous that a wedding planner would make advances on someone else's fiancé, right? Besides, you mentioned some pretty unacceptable things, like using your position to lower the cost. So, it's crucial to address this kind of situation promptly. No wonder my boss keeps calling me. He said if it turns out to be true after investigation, he'd fire you. He asked me to reconsider canceling the wedding. No, no, no. I don't want to get fired. Being a wedding planner was my dream. If I get fired over something like this, I won't be able to do this job anymore. Please, I apologize. Just tell him it was a misunderstanding. This is your fault, even if it was your dream job. It's so stupid to do something dishonest instead of working honestly and end up getting fired. You really should reflect on what you did. No, I can't get fired. Please. Please spare me. If I lose my job, I can't pay you compensation. At the very least, tell him it was a misunderstanding. No way. I can't risk having you do the same to someone else. I promise I'll never do it, so please, forgive me. I just want to keep my job. Why don't you explain it to your boss, not me? Well, even if you lose your job, make sure you pay the compensation. I'll also send an official letter to your family. Don't even think about running away. I'm really sorry. I won't do this again, so please spare me. Please let me go. Afterward, the venue decided to terminate Karen and offered to cover 75% of the wedding expenses as compensation. After discussing it with Keith and our families, we decided to go ahead since we didn't have any complaints about the actual venue. We settled with Karen on a payment plan for the compensation. From what I hear, she's been struggling to find a job and is working part-time day and night. Her youthful appearance from back then has apparently aged significantly. As for the liar of her brother, I hear he's been demoted due to poor work performance and has become estranged from Keith. It's a relief that the connection to a dishonest person has been severed from him. We finished our wedding and now we're actively searching for a new home.
How could you show up after what you did? I didn't know you were such a brave person, Heidi.
I didn't know you were such a terrible person either. I just came to my father's funeral. I didn't expect you to pour a bucket of water on me.
The look on your face? It was amazing. You were frozen.
Of course, anyone would freeze. I got a bucket of water splashed as soon as I got there. None of those taxis wanted me to get in after that. I had a friend in the neighborhood who helped me.
You should have caught a cold or something. That's what you get for having the nerve to attend a funeral.
That doesn't make any sense at all. What's wrong with a daughter coming to her father's funeral? I don't remember doing anything to be kicked out.
Huh? You are after your father's inheritance.
Huh? My father's inheritance?
A funeral is a place to mourn the deceased. Those people who are after money should be kicked out. You deserve it.
I was there to mourn the death of my father. I was not there for his inheritance.
You're lying. We haven't heard from you at all until now. You came to the funeral all of a sudden. You were there for his inheritance.
It's true. I never visited my parents. I didn't keep in touch with my father. But that was a comfortable distance between us.
Huh? It's crazy not to see your parents for decades. You came to your father's funeral for the inheritance.
No, I told you so many times. A lot was going on between my father and me. I'll explain everything, just listen to me first.
No way. I'm not listening to a lousy person. You're after your parents' inheritance because you don't have a college degree.
Huh?
I heard that you're a high school dropout. So, you don't make enough money, right? That's why you want more money.
I indeed dropped out of high school. But I don't like it when people assume I'm poor based on my education.
Please don't get mad at me because I'm telling the truth. Your attitude makes you more miserable.
Huh?
You need to leave now. You have no right to be here.
All right, take care of the rest.
Don't come back.
I didn't think you were this clueless. Don't you ever show your face in front of us again. I'm really sorry about earlier. I didn't expect Luna to do something like that. If you feel sorry for me, kick Luna out of the funeral now. I won't be able to see my father if she's there. I know, but I'm sorry. You have to give up this time. Huh? Luna took care of Dad by herself for a long time. I left most of the work to Luna because I had to work. She's the one who took care of him till the end. So please understand Luna's feelings. So you're saying I forced my sister-in-law to care for my father? From Luna's point of view, yes. You guys decided to live with Dad and take care of everything, didn't you? I gave some money in advance to pay for the nursing home, and you know that, right? You didn't have to move in with Dad if you had used that money. Well, I could have done that, but I spent that money. What? I got the money from Dad. Then I fell into temptation. I thought it would be alright if I spent a little bit. Huh? I quickly spent more than half of it, when I realized it was not enough for Dad's nursing home. You're kidding. What kind of idiot would you be to spend all that money? That's why I took care of Dad at home. I'm sorry I spent all that money. We took care of Dad. Don't become defiant, you stupid brother. Then it's your fault that I got water dumped on me. That's why I said I'm sorry about that. I really can't believe you anymore. I set aside $80,000 and you spent over half of it? Huh? $80,000? Wait a minute. It was $30,000, right? What? The money you set aside for Dad's care. Why are you saying $80,000? What are you talking about? I made sure I had $80,000. I transferred $80,000 to Dad's account. What? Are you sure? Luna said there was only $30,000. Did she? Luna has been managing Dad's account for a long time, and when we decided to take care of him, Luna withdrew all the money and gave it to me. The amount at that time was $30,000. Then you fall into temptation and spend it. Then later you had no choice but to care for him at home. Well, something like that. That's very suspicious. I did transfer $80,000 and you got $30,000. It's also suspicious that Luna gave you the money in cash. What are you trying to say? I won't say anything right now. Check the account where the money was. Otherwise, I will tell everyone that you've used Dad's money. Hurry up. Luna, can I have a word with you? I have a question I want to ask you.
What's going on, loser?
Huh?
Didn't you tell me you never want to contact me again? How can you just send me a message? High school dropouts need more common sense.
Stop saying terrible things. I wanted to graduate from high school and go to college.
I know your situation. You couldn't go to school because your father lost his job, right? And the company you started after that became successful. Your father quickly became wealthy. Your brother Steve went to a private university.
How can you make fun of me, knowing those circumstances?
No matter what happened to you in the past, you are still a high school dropout. There's no point in me feeling sorry for you.
Huh?
You didn't visit your parents after you left. Thanks to that, they treated me like their daughter. I did my best to take care of them. Steve and I should receive Dad's inheritance. You did nothing for your dad. You are not entitled to receive it.
The word "did nothing" is offensive to me. It's true that I never visited my parents and I didn't take care of them, but I did pay $80,000 for the care.
Huh? How is a poor person supposed to help out?
I heard you managed my father's account. My father gave you some money for a nursing home, right? I transferred that money to my father.
What?
I dropped out of high school, but I worked longer. I had more money saved up than other people my age. I couldn't care for him, so I transferred the money to him.
Is that right?
So it's not like I didn't do anything.
But it wasn't enough. That money was gone in an instant with today's nursing home expenses.
Is that so?
Yes, it's so expensive. So you didn't do anything, right? All the inheritance belongs to Steve and I, right?
Huh?
We paid for all the care expenses, so we'll get the inheritance with those expenses added on top of it. Besides, in-laws who care for the person also have the right to receive the inheritance, so there's not much left for you.
I see. That's how you and Steve monopolized my father's inheritance.
You didn't take care of him. You have no right to complain. All the inheritance belongs to Steve and me. I'm sure he saved a lot of money because he was the company president.
My father's inheritance is nothing.
What?
I'm sorry, but my father's inheritance is almost nothing. He disposed of everything before he died. He sold all the real estate and donated the money somewhere.
He donated everything?
Oh, but I guess he kept some. When I gave him the money for his care, he said he'd keep some for his funeral. So he must have some in savings and get rid of the rest.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? Did he donate his money? That can't be true. Your father was the president of a company. He owns some real estate. His assets must be several hundred million.
Did you calculate my father's assets?
I should be aware of his assets. I don't believe you. Your father has 2 children who are entitled to inherit the estate. Did he ignore his children and sell all of his real estates?
He got rid of it because he was thinking of Steve and me. He wanted everything to be fair between his children.
What does that mean?
My father was very considerate of me.
I don't understand it. Thinking of his children and that he got rid of his assets?
You know I'm a high school dropout. My father felt the worst about it. He felt it was his fault that his daughter had to suffer so much. So when my younger brother Steve graduated from college, he gave me all the money he had spent on Steve's tuition in one lump sum.
All of them?
Steve went to a private school from high school. He went to a famous private university. That alone cost him more than $1 million.
And you received all of that in one lump sum?
I also got my car. So it's about $200,000.
That much?
He gave me all the money he spent on Steve. And he told me not to worry about him. Because he put me through a lot. He told me if I had time to visit him, I should spend that time and money on myself. He would manage all his assets so we could avoid fighting over his inheritance.
Huh?
He was traumatized by the trouble he caused when Steve and I were kids. And I took my father's word and did what made me happy.
Oh no, that can't be true. Then why did I live with him and take care of him? You didn't do anything and you got more. I've worked so hard for him.
What? You guys are the ones who decided to live with him and take care of him. My father didn't ask you guys to do that. I even gave him money for his care. He could have gone to a nursing home, but you didn't choose those options.
What do you mean you didn't choose? We didn't have a choice. I didn't want him to live away from his family, and most of all, we didn't have enough money.
Of course not. I gave my father $80,000. You understand how much money that is, right?
But...
I decided to do this when I got the money from my father. I told him not to worry about the past. My father was working so hard to make the company absolutely successful. I was saving up so that he could enjoy his retirement as much as possible. So, I saved up the $80,000. Then I told him I wanted to show him my appreciation. I transferred the money to my father's account.
But it wasn't enough. $80,000 would be gone in no time for his care. I thought I could pay off the money I took out when I got the inheritance. In fact, I thought it would be more than enough. Am I the only one losing out after all my hard work?
Huh?
Don't be so arrogant with $80,000. That's not that much. You should have at least $100 million to provide for your parents' retirement.
Wait a minute, Luna. $80,000? You only gave me $30,000.
What?
Seriously, what's going on? You gave me $30,000 saying you withdrew the entire amount, right? What's $80,000?
Wait. Who are you? Steve? Why are you messaging me?
My sister told me to check the account transaction history, so I did. And I came to my sister to talk about it. What's going on, Luna?
Wait, account history? Did you look at that?
Yeah, I saw it all. He had $80,000 in it, and it was being withdrawn frequently. Then the balance became $30,000 in no time. What does this mean?
Oh no, that...
You said it was a hassle to withdraw money for nursing care every time. You gave me $30,000 in cash to avoid withdrawing each time. You said I should have it all because I was Dad's son. Was there $80,000?
Let's see.
I can understand why you'd be excited with that much money. I use that money, so I can't speak for others.
What? Did you spend that money too?
But I only spent about $10,000. But you spent $50,000. And you withdrew it from your father-in-law's account without permission. That's a bit much.
No. Wait, listen to me. I was a little tired, so I went for retail therapy. I didn't intend to spend this much.
You've got to be kidding me. Do you think you can get away with that excuse?
What the hell? I mean, it doesn't matter how much I spent. You did the same thing.
Huh? $10,000 and $50,000 are totally different.
It's the same. It's not my fault.
That's enough. I'm going back there now. We're going to have a discussion. Of course, I'll consider divorce.
What? Divorce?
This is all your fault. I'll make you take responsibility.
This shouldn't be true. It's not just my fault, but Steve wants a divorce. He said he's divorcing me if I didn't return the $50,000.
Are you going to be able to do that?
Of course not.
Oh dear.
He shouldn't have donated all his money. I spent it all thinking I'd be okay with the inheritance. But there's no estate, no nothing.
You and Steve are so pathetic. It doesn't matter how much you guys spent. You both used my parents' money for retirement. You two need to apologize to each other.
I'd like that too. But Steve says it's all my fault. He was planning to build a new house with his inheritance. He needs to pay for the architect soon.
What? A new house?
I didn't know about it. Steve blames it all on me. Heidi, please lend me some money. You have more savings than anyone your age, right? Do you still have some money left?
Yes, I do. I still have some left, but I won't give you a penny.
Oh no!
According to you, I was a high school dropout loser. I don't know what will happen anytime soon, and I can't give you that precious money, can I?
Oh no, it's just that.
So you two do your best, okay? I'm sure you'll be able to handle it since you guys think alike. After that, I found out Luna spent all the $50,000 on a casino, and Steve spent all on online games. They both have gambling addictions. They were relying on my father's inheritance. Steve had to cancel the plans to build a new house, but they had to pay for the architect who had already started making the blueprint. So they lost all the money they had. They did not get divorced. They are still living as a couple with no savings and many arguments.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video. I'm sorry to bother you, but I have to tell you something. I passed out at work and I'll be staying in the hospital for 3 days. Oh my God! I'll ask my boss if I can fly back home today. Don't worry, honey. Don't worry? Of course I'm worried about you. It's not that serious. I wish I weren't in Mexico for work. I would have rushed to the hospital right away. Do you know why you collapsed? My doctor said it was malnutrition. I was trying to save money. Huh? There were some days I only ate a piece of toast, and other days I didn't eat at all. Only a piece of toast? Yes, pretty much. You have to eat more, and you don't have to worry about money in the first place. I only make 1,200 each paycheck. Unfortunately, I can't make ends meet. What do you mean you can't make ends meet? Since you were transferred to Mexico, I've been living off of only my income. That's why I've been having a hard time financially. But I send you $4,000 every month. Why do you have a money problem? What are you talking about? I've never received any money from you. Yes, I've been sending you money every month. Don't you remember before I left for Mexico, I said I'd transfer you money every month? I don't recall. I was off on the day. As far as I remember, you were working the night before. I'm pretty sure we talked about our living expenses during lunch. I must have been tired. I probably wasn't really listening. I've mentioned this many times, but you can quit your job if it's too much for you. I make enough for the 3 of us. I like my job, so I don't want to quit. As I said earlier, I do send you money. After you get out of the hospital, make sure to check your bank account. About your job, we'll see how you feel after this and figure out what to do. I don't have my debit card. Why not? I gave it to Tom. He shouldn't have it. What does he need it for? He told me he needed my Bank of America account to pay for one of his games on his phone. There wasn't much money left in it anyway, and my pay doesn't go into the account. I thought it wouldn't matter. What if he abuses it? He wouldn't do that. He's a good kid. But you can't just let him do whatever he wants. He was getting harassed at work 2 years ago. He quit his job because of it, and he lives with me now. Yes, I know that. But all he does is stay home without even looking for a job. What's he thinking? Don't blame him. He's still suffering from the trauma. I feel like at least one of us should be more understanding. But letting him do whatever he wants isn't good for him. You should be more strict and assertive. Easier said than done. If I were there, I could give him a lecture. This is getting complicated. Now that I can't work, I'm not sure how I'll afford to live next month. I'll take care of our financial situation. Jennifer, focus on your health first. Honey, there's also something else. I'm $50,000 in debt. Tell me you're joking. I'm sorry, but life has been hard since you left. What about my savings? It's for emergencies. I spent most of it. Why didn't you tell me earlier? You've been extremely busy, so I didn't want to make you worried. Anyway, let's talk about it more later. I need to talk with Tom first. Please don't be harsh with him, okay? He's almost 20 years old. We shouldn't spoil him. But I'll watch what I say. I promise I won't be condescending. Okay, I trust you. Anyway, you get some rest now. Thank you. Hi, my name is Robert. I'm currently living in Mexico for work. This is my second year here. My wife, Jennifer, is 60 years old, 12 years older than me. She's decent and reserved. I had a big crush on her, and after busting my butt to get her attention, we fell in love and got married. Our son, Tom, will turn 20 this year. He's quite selfish and a bit of a handful. After he graduated from high school, he found a job. He moved out of our house, and it was good. It took a lot of load off our shoulders, but within half a year, he quit his job and started living with us again. Unfortunately, it was bad timing as I just gotten my transfer orders. Since I left, he's pretty much been doing whatever he likes. What is worse, my wife lets him get away with it. I'm at a loss. My wife got pregnant after many years of trying on fertility treatment, and we had Tom. I understand why my wife is so overprotective, but I have to get involved before it's too late to fix the problem. I texted Tom right away. I couldn't believe what he said. I need to talk with you. Me too. What a coincidence. I heard old mom collapsed at work just now. She's just being lazy, hiding from the housework in the hospital. Good for her. Hey, aren't you worried about your mother? She collapsed from starvation. Yeah, I'm concerned. 'Cause there's nobody to go grocery shopping or cook around here now. And I'm allergic to dust, so I need her to clean the house. Otherwise, I might get sick too. Stop thinking about yourself only. Take care of your mother. You're a grown-up man. You can do the cleaning yourself. Whatever. I got some extra money yesterday, so I can order takeout for dinner and maybe get a cleaning service. You mean the money for living expenses I sent yesterday, right? Oh, you know I've been spending your money. Oh man, bastard. Why did you take her debit card? When I started living with you guys again, you got the transfer offer to Mexico. Were you listening to our conversation about the money? I just happened to hear it on my way to the bathroom. You mean you knew I'd send money to your mom? That's why you took the card. Am I right? Bingo. Go give it back to your mom right now. That money isn't for you. Come on, Dad. I can't live on the money she gives me. Hold on. Do you get an allowance from her? Yeah, she gives me $500 a month. Since when? Ever since I quit my job. At first, it was only $100, but recently, I've had bigger expenses. So Mom started giving me a little more. No wonder your mother got sick. But I still have trauma from my old job. You should show me more empathy as a parent. It's been 2 years. Isn't that long enough of a mental break? Wow, that's a typical statement from the older generation. We are living in 2023. Do you realize what you just said is not acceptable? You're old enough to be independent. You're doing nothing with your life staying at home. This isn't acceptable in any era. I have depression and PTSD. My life has been tough. Did your doctor give you this diagnosis? No, I self-diagnosed online. I don't believe this crap. Mom does. I'll tell her you're faking it. I'm not faking. First of all, get out of my house. Be more responsible. Are you trying to get rid of me? Give me a break. Tom, I'm serious. Stop depending on Mom so much. You have to become more self-sufficient. I just texted her. She's in the hospital. Don't give her any more stress. I just took a screenshot of Mom's text. Mom says, don't move out. She doesn't want to live on her own without me. I don't get it. That reminds me. She says she wouldn't be able to make ends meet if she raised my allowance. So I got pissed off and told her I'm fed up with my life and pretended to try and kill myself by jumping out the upstairs window. I guess she remembers. Did you really do that? Yeah, our power dynamic flipped upside down that day. Mom does everything I say now. I'm the winner. You. It was easy to control and manipulate her. She just gave me money whenever I asked for it. What? Even when I was a student, I'd complain to Mom about my small allowance, and she'd give me extra money right away. I've been saying to her that she shouldn't spoil you. I can't believe she's turned you into a spoiled brat while I've been away. You've been so busy. It's all your fault for not being at home, right? You should blame yourself, not me. I have a headache. Mom has to work hard to support my lifestyle. She fawns over me, but she's easy to control. She told me she likes her job. That's not true. She works hard to earn my allowance. She even used to send me money after I got a job. I should have talked with her more about parenting. It's all my fault. It's a bit too late for regrets. You know what? I'll do whatever it takes to get you out of the house. I'll talk to your mother about it all. Well, even if you get me to leave, your debt won't disappear. She told me about the $50,000. You're the one who caused all of this. And you're the one that got us into debt. You'll have to help us pay it off. Wait a second. It's not my problem. 'Cause I borrowed the money in your name. Legally, it's on you to pay it back. What? I used your name because I had some business to deal with. So, it's not really her debt then. It's yours. Did you really use my name without my permission to borrow the money? Yeah, I'm unemployed, so I couldn't get a loan approval. How could you do that to me? You are the ones who raised me in the first place. Isn't this ultimately your fault? You're right. You've proved that I failed as a parent. Why don't you take full responsibility and support me for the rest of my life? And don't forget to deal with that debt. I'm coming home soon. We're gonna have a family meeting when I get there. It'll be a waste of time. But if you want to do it, go ahead. See ya. Can I borrow some money? Mom's not here and I need it for groceries and other stuff. I need money. I'm speechless. You're still talking like that. She's still in the hospital, so who else can I ask for help? Besides, she'd be upset if something bad happened to her one and only son. Are you okay with that? You won't get any money from me. You send her $4,000 every month. That's for your mother, for expenses. Are you sure you won't change your mind? She doesn't want to see me miserable. You know that, right? I wonder how she will react when she finds out I'm dead. Mom's already out of the hospital. What? She hasn't come home yet. She must be in the hospital still. She flew to Mexico this morning. Seriously? How sad that you sucked up all of her energy until she was an emaciated shell of herself. I wish I had known what was going on. Why is she there? Explain! Mom tried her best raising you. She showed up at my place this morning. She was crying and begged me to let her in. How did she get the money to fly there? I have her card. How did she get to Mexico? I sent her some money. How did you do that? I asked her to open a new bank account and then wired her $10,000. Really? I don't think I'll be home anytime soon because I have work to do. But I sent her some cash so she could live more comfortably. Throw some of that my way, too. Absolutely not. I wanted to go back to the US to talk about our family issues. I'm surprised she actually came here. I guess she couldn't wait any longer. She actually left me behind. What kind of mother is she? You spent all of our money and put me into debt using my name without my permission. I can't even think of you as our child anymore. Shut up! At first, she told me she had borrowed money because she needed help financially. Do you know why your mother said it was her debt? When I told her what happened, she said she'd take care of it. She was gonna pay it off for me, I guess. Well, listen. She changed her mind. Now? You didn't even go see her once in the hospital, did you? Nope. So? She finally realized she was just a money tree to you. Well, it's a little late, but I'm glad she finally noticed. I didn't visit her because I was a little busy. It doesn't make sense that she'd abandon me because I didn't visit her. You are unemployed. What were you so busy with? You have nothing but time. I was worried about her. I don't think you were that worried. You didn't even know when she was getting out of the hospital. Fine, but it's irresponsible of her to leave me behind for that reason. We are your parents, and all you do is take. I don't understand you. So, what am I supposed to do about the debt? You have to pay it off. All of it. It's in your name. You can't change it. Too late. Actually, I called my bank and I've already explained to them that you used my name without my permission. So what? You're still responsible for the payment. I've also consulted a lawyer. If the signature analysis proves you forged my name, then I'm not responsible for the debt. You must be kidding me! Your mother hasn't paid back a penny of it yet. So, I'm gonna make you pay back the $50,000 with interest. Just be ready for that. I'm still deeply scarred from the workplace harassment. I'm not healthy enough to look for work yet. You were lazy at work and they told you off. Do you really think that counts as workplace harassment? Are you crazy? How do you know that? At work, didn't you have a classmate from high school? Yeah, did he tell you that? I didn't really trust you, so I called him. I can't believe you did that! I heard you slacked off whenever you had a chance, forced your colleagues to pick up the slack, and you just did whatever you wanted instead. I don't really remember. Stop playing dumb. When your boss found out and called you in, you got upset and quit on the spot. This is the real reason why you can't work, isn't it? It's true, I may have slacked off a bit, but I thought the way he lectured me was considered harassment in this day and age. There's nothing wrong in reprimanding lazy employees. It's not old-fashioned. Whatever, I'm gonna call Mom now. Too late. Dad, no matter what you say, when she hears her son's voice, she'll change her mind and help me. Mom got a new phone. What about her phone number? She changed it and her email address too. And she got a new WhatsApp account. Basically, you can't get a hold of her anymore. Are you serious? Yes, she's done with you. Your mother said she's not gonna keep in touch with you. Is she there? Yes, she's here. Can you ask her for me? This is gonna ruin my wedding plans. I'm sure she'd care about that, wouldn't she? Are you talking about the woman you met online through that game you play? Yeah, it wouldn't be so funny if my marriage plans get cancelled because of you guys. Tell her to help me. Let me get this straight. You've got the $50,000 debt and the $4,000 per month I've been sending, and a $500 monthly allowance from your mother. You spent all of it on your fiancé, didn't you? Your mom told me everything. That's right. She runs a company and she needed extra money to cover some losses. That's why I transferred the money to her. Are you saying this business owner needed your money? That's odd. For her startup company, she's been working her butt off to get things rolling. But I don't understand why you had to help her. I'm gonna be her husband. I'm supposed to support her. Besides, she wanted to put some of the money aside for our wedding. I didn't give her all of the money for the business. She kept some of it aside for us. That's why you borrowed money in my name? It's pretty common that parents pay for their kids' wedding, isn't it? Well, I'm sure there are families that can afford that. In that case, why don't you consider the debt as wedding gift? You can at least do that for me. Hey, have you ever thought you might be getting scammed? What the hell are you talking about? Have you met her? I haven't met her yet, in person, but she sent me pictures. I'll send you her photos, Dad. Isn't she adorable? There's just no way she could be a scammer. Anybody can create a fake profile with free images online. You'll see. I'm gonna text her now. I'll prove she's not a fraud. It's weird. She hasn't texted me back yet. She usually replies right away. Maybe she knows you're on to her. It's quite possible she's already flown the coop. That's impossible! Tom, I'm not a cold-hearted man. Regarding your debt, I'll help you out. You don't need to panic. You're gonna help me pay it off? Here's the thing. I've got a connection to a center where you can get the help you need.
What are you talking about?
This institution offers programs to help people get their lives back to normal. You can get your life in order under professional supervision. And they'll also help you explore different job opportunities. Oh, but you won't be allowed to use your phone or a computer.
Oh my God! It sounds like hell!
But you'll get paid once you find a job. You'll be able to pay off your debt in no time.
I won't have much freedom!
I don't care. You'll have to pay back every penny of the money you've stolen.
You're financially stable?
For you to straighten out your life, you have to face your punishment.
You can't do that to me!
I have to tell you one more thing. Your mom and I are selling the house. So, you have no choice but to go to the institution.
I had no idea this was coming!
We had no choice. Otherwise, you wouldn't have learned your lesson, would you?
Holy cow!
Some staff from the facility will be coming to pick you up soon. You'd better behave.
Dad, please! I'll behave!
It's not something a 20-year-old man should have to say. If you want us to consider you part of the family again, you should think about what you've done while you are at the center.
Oh my God!
The center came and picked him up. My wife and I consulted the police about the fraudster who scammed Tom. As the result of the investigation, the suspect was identified. She got arrested, but we haven't gotten the money back. Tom has been working at the institution and sends us money every month. At first, we received letters from him begging for help. But lately, he's been expressing regret about his actions. His new life at the center has us relieved. My wife seems anxious at first, but she spends more time for herself now. She studies Chinese, does yoga and whatnot. I'm happy for her. Unfortunately, Tom didn't grow up the way we expected. It is all my fault. We will continue to support Tom until he gets back on the right track for his future.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.